So I'm here to talk about the Pixel, the new Simonline putter, which I don't know the official release date, but it's going to be sometime early next year. A nice spring new putter release. I'm really excited for it because these actually turned out so good. Like the first time I felt the prototype, I just like wrapped my hand around it and I felt, you nailed it. Brad and Chad, you nailed it. Thank you. So what I was going for, sitting down with Chad, trying to come up with what I wanted for a putter is, obviously I've been with Discmania my entire life, so I putted a lot with P2s and P1Xs. Like the P1X has that nice little bead on it, and it's a very straight to understable flight, very floaty. And the P2 on the other hand, kind of a similar shape, but without the bead and a little more overstable. I switched back and forth a lot. I even put it with P1s at some point. So I kind of went to Chad and I said, if we can make like the perfect hybrid between the P1, the P2, and the P1X, which kind of sounds like a crazy concept, but MVP likes crazy, we know that. And he came up with this. It is kind of exactly what I just said, the hybrid of all the putters I've used in the last decade of putting, and that all comes together to this. At first I was putting with the MVP anode, which I liked. I won 2 tournaments with it. I had some really great rounds with it, and it worked, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for. I wanted something a bit deeper, a bit glidier, and something that I can just really put on the line because I have a very back to front spin putt, and I need something that I can put on the line and it just wants to glide to the chains. And the anode was a bit too overstable. So these are a bit less stable than anodes, a bit deeper than anodes, a bit more glidey than anodes. And the first time I played with these, I kept missing high because I was so used to the anode that had a bit less glide and would have a bit more hyzer finish at the end that I hit the band every time I putted. It took a bit of an adjustment, but now I feel like I can putt with less power, which obviously makes it a bit easier to control your motions. And I mean, the Pixel has been just so great. My USDGC performance, I had the best C1X performance I had all year in a 4-round major. So yeah, they've given me a lot of confidence. These are still the prototypes. I can't wait for these to be released. They are the perfect hybrid putter for me. And I think that's pretty much all I got. I can't wait for Drew to try these out and see what he thinks. Do you like deep putters?
Not typically.
Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe you'll like him.
We'll see. The Pixel. I'm very excited to be testing these, giving my opinion, and telling you guys what to look forward to when these actually do come out. So I have not thrown this disc one time until you're gonna see my first putt in this actual video. They have this little shoulder on them here. Let's see if we can get you. So it has this little shoulder here, which I think is gonna make it pretty, it makes it deeper, but I think that little shoulder is gonna be a little hiccup for me using a relatively thin putter here. If you put these two together, I mean, you could easily tell that my EV7 Penrose is a lot thinner than the Pixel. So I'm excited to try these. I think that with deep putters, normally you end up having a putter that has a little more float and glide, as Simon mentioned, missing high. Overall, the Simonline, I'm excited for it because I'm excited anytime a professional player at his skill level or our skill level is using a manufacturing company to make discs for them, because they're going to be pro level discs, which of course on my channel, thank you guys for being here, I like to review discs and I like to give my honest opinion. So I told Simon, hey, go inside. I don't want you to hear this, but I think that even though I'm not a deep putter user, I will still enjoy this putter because it'll have glide, and my miss is historically low. So having it be a little bit more of a floaty putter might actually be a good thing for me. So let's get some putts going. Let's launch some shots, and let's give you guys some of my insight here. My first, I don't know, 15, 20 feet just to feel them out again. Never putted with this before. All right, little wobble, but it's never hurt anybody. Again, from here though, I should be able to do this. Maybe not, but again, I'm excited to try these from a longer distance and see what actually I can get them to do. Because I think on my jump putt, they're going to be a really good tool. So here we go. Here's some actual must-make putts. I'm going to launch the Pixel first. Again, I'm so used to the EV7 that this deeper feel is a little weird in my hand, but I really feel like I can get the flow down and see if I can't float some of these in there. All right, that wasn't my best effort. There we go. You got to give them a little more pop. And then to the Penrose. So there, I literally, the first one obviously missed, made the correction. Good putts, but I think I'm just so used to that Penrose little dump it ends up with that I'm more comfortable leaving it out there on that right side and kind of letting the putter work into the basket, to where the Pixel, I feel like it's very point and shoot, which is what Simon wanted. So they did a very good job again with this putter, but I want to keep working on it a little bit and see if I can't get that more floaty feel down. When the Pixel comes out, if you're looking for a point and shoot putter, the Pixel is definitely a really good option for you. I don't know, I'd say circle's edge here or so. Gonna try to get this first Pixel a little higher in the air. See, but that's the putt I'm talking about. So where that same exact putt with the EV7, you can see there it like dumps at the end. So that's what I'm used to. And this putter is very, very straight. So let's make the correction here on these next two. Put it more right on that red spot on the basket there between the Discraft and the Chain Star logo. Perfect. So for some reason, my putt's really wobbly today, but right at that red spot. Then this one, I'm gonna have to putt a little more at that white logo or so, and kind of let it swing in there. Right on, nice putt. Longer jump putts here. We've already realized that from 1 foot to 33 feet, very point and shoot, aim right at that top band and just kind of let it smooth on down there. So let's see how I feel with them. Got the same kind of mark actually, luckily, on the basket there, the little red spot. I'm gonna see if I could put these straight at the pin or if I actually have to kind of curve them in there a little bit. So let's go straight at it, little red spot here. All right, muscle memory, I put it out too far to the right. Let's see if we can fix that. Nope. And I think that for me, this is where that deeper feel of the putter, my fingers are just laying in here a lot differently than they lay in this putter. So for me, I feel like it's like I'm having to use more of my wrist to get this putter out there because I'm using less of my fingers. So I feel like that's why typically I've never really putted with a very deep putter, and why I think I prefer the Penrose just in general, because it's a very hard disc, but also very grippy plastic. So there's a putter for everybody. I'm loving this putter. I'm gonna throw some up shots for you guys as well. But I think that this putter, just for my putting style and the way I like to hold the disc, is beneficial, but everyone could use a good point and shoot putter. Maybe I'm just the worst player in the world. Okay, I am the worst. We figured it out. Ching. Little 120 footer here. Try to make Simon proud. That's not going to do it. Twice short's luck. Oh, I'm really liking actually the deepness of these putters. I think it's giving them a good bit of glide, and while staying relatively stable. I feel like what happens is a disc that ends up with a bunch of glide wants to just go super straight, and I just feel like this disc has a nice bit of fade for as much glide as it actually has. Pop them up at the basket, point and shoot. Gotta remember the rules. Point and shoot, baby. 4 in a row. 5 in a row. 6 in a row. It's about 9 steps, so 27-ish feet or so. Oh, user error. User error. Let's give these a little test on the straddle putt. I think this would be a good putter for me on a straddle because that dumpiness that I like about the Penrose, where you can kind of aim it out right and hook it in, kind of hurts me sometimes on the straddle putt. I feel like when I'm being lazy and I don't pop my wrist good, because you got to get that putter going a little bit. So maybe with this, a little more point and shoot putter, I can get a little bit more forward momentum, which would maybe help with these 35, 40-foot straddle putts. Thank you guys for watching. That is my review. That is what I think of the Pixel. Thank you so much to Simon for letting me use them. Thank you to Yuli for letting me putt in your beautiful backyard. Hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas with Yuli, Simon, and I. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh.